Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We have the second quarterfinals here on Heroes Lounge Channel 2. It's the Legendary Cup. We are seeing EnCore play against Lucky Play. I'm Dentro. Joining me once again is Yosh. You should be able to hear him properly now. I have cranked him up all the way up, so have at it.
Peacock, yeah, Yosh here, up to 11 now, and yeah, if this series is gonna be as hype as the previous one, I don't think we will be able to live through the 3 games.
No, we're just gonna
Because,
be two wet puddles here in our chairs trying to cast this and make any sense of it. There were some chaotic last moments in the last game there on Towers of Doom, always providing amazingly entertaining games as the teams just do everything they can to just, no, we need to stop the cap, and by any means necessary. Um, we saw Band of Brewers take on Team Hotzi in the previous series, and Team Hotzi take the win 2-1. Um, we should
and
be having. Go ahead.
uh, we do have Team Hotzi move on to the semifinals where they will play versus Donor Fedoras. This series will be broadcasted on the first channel later on.
Yeah.
Right now, we do have EnCore versus Lucky Play. The winner of this series will play versus the winner of Deers versus HGC, who are playing on the first channel right now, with Deers leading the series 1-0.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
This matchup is both teams coming in from the second seed in their groups. I didn't know that was possible, but in one of these groups, both teams going forward had 6 points each. So it's possible that there was some shenanigans there. Regardless,
I believe EnCore moved to position number 1 because they got the head-to-head versus Hippopotamus.
yeah. So there you go. We have EnCore here taking the win in the group, and Lucky Play ending second. Lucky Play was actually the winning team of Division 3, however, with EnCore being 4th place in Division 3. So a Division 3 matchup coming your way. We had a Division 2, both teams from Division 2 previously, so we'll see if there are any meta changes going into this map. Do you want to go through the map picks and bans?
And interestingly enough, once again, both teams have not played each other. And yeah, speaking of picks and bans, we do see a Lucky Play banning out Cast Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen, while their opponents have opted to ban out Dragonshy and Altrak, with Lucky Play taking us to Volskaya Foundry in the end.
All right.
It is interesting. We do see some big maps banned out, but we do not see such a focus on big maps with Lucky Play to ban out Tones the Spider Queen, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Tomb is a very particular map in what you need to do on it, and if you don't feel comfortable like handling basically the gem mechanic, then I can see why you would opt to something else. And then there's also the possibility that your opponent just wins every time they play on Tomb, and well, there you go. Whether it's comfort for yourself or denying comfort for someone else, it's always the part of the drafting game, I suppose. For Volskaya, you can run a variety of things, but we mentioned Sul earlier with his recent buffs. I think he should probably be contested. Whether that's the case or not, we'll see.
I would imagine Zul will get banned out once again. Let's see how this will go through. The first pick is not set up yet, so I believe we are not ready so far. Actually, a Lucky Play are trying to deny a sub, which is interesting, as the sub
Curious.
was registered late, as they are able to do so, and then we will wait until EnCore will field in the subs that Lucky Play will deem reasonable.
All right. So while that gets sorted out, um, what do you think of the playoffs so far? I casted the Rare Cup. I then participated in the Epic Cup, and I'm sure you've been casting a bunch as well. So, what do you feel about the playoffs so far? Any spicy ones that you remember?
Of course, we do have the Cho'Gall Deathwing Chen Abathur
What?
team of Sloth Highlights, who it's basically their three strategies. They have won their division 10-0. They have lost the group on a 6-point tiebreaker with Stray Dogs and Zerentness. Stray Dogs were later defeated in the semifinal, while Sloth Highlights moved through the cup and just basically wrecked everyone, finishing Fat Noah in the end 3-1. And in the Epic Cup, we also saw some pretty good series, some pretty nice games between the teams, but I was feeling not well and I decided to stay away from the later stages of the cup, which is why I cannot provide a lot of information about that.
Yeah, fair enough. As a participant of the Epic Cup, um, there was some high contestion of Medic, which was not what we expected going into that playoff day, but there you go. Um, it was used by our team to successfully take a series, and then it didn't work the second time when people were ready for it. So, you win some, you lose some. Um,
But yeah, the Choose Pirates game was one of the highlights that day for me. Was pretty spectacular in the way it went. Let's phrase it like that. Um, we also saw pretty interesting. Ultrac Pass was popping off for the Rare Cup, being picked in almost every series, despite not even being in top 3 of most popular maps in Division 6 and 7 last season. So, a sudden surge in popularity between the teams who played in the playoff.
yeah. Um,
Also, we saw the Zul with Zarya composition, which was brought up by Band of Brewers later on. So,
yeah. I would say we've had plenty of good games so far. We had an amazing series the best of three we just casted here. So I expect more to come this way as we move forward in the playoffs. Tomorrow we have the Mythic Championships, where there will be an 8-team tournament for the top 8 placing in the. Oh, sorry,
I think there are
it's 8.
6 teams
Yeah,
playing.
it's is it 6 teams remaining?
Uh,
Regardless, there's gonna be
I don't
a
know.
spicy
Mythic
matchup tomorrow.
Championship has a um, s- pretty weird setup with it being composed only of one division of players. But yeah, there will be 6 teams playing
Hmm.
tomorrow. Um, so Lucky playing Trop the desire to deny the subs, I believe, and are explicitly saying that they are fine with the players.
Yeah,
I don't know. The situation seems weird because there are some MMR shenanigans with the players, but I don't know. I think if they can deny, if they will deny, if they don't want to, they don't.
yeah. We are only casters. We can only give you some info after the fact, but yeah, there is some issues with the subs going on. To answer Mad Dog's question in the chat, this is Heroes Launch. We are the biggest Heroes of the Storm amateur tournament in the world. We had 170 teams competing in EU this season, and something in the lines of 80, I think, teams competing in NA. I'm not sure about the NA numbers, but we play Heroes of the Storm in a competitive format with a bunch of teams, and we all do this of our free time, of our free will, and this is all voluntary. Um, there's no profit being made. Basically, it's just
I'm locked
we do
up and
this.
parents are forcing me to cast. Please, someone save me. But yeah, no, it's all in good faith, all to have fun. Although the winners do get some pretty nice, I like to call them trinkets, but because I don't remember the correct way to name them.
They have previously been called trophies of the highest quality plastic. So that is something you win in addition to the bragging rights. Of course, there are there's no money on the line in this tournament. At least there have been Division S, which has had the season 1 and season 2, which anyone could qualify for, and that was a crowdfunded uh,
So
prize
yeah,
pool.
to get away from the slimy point of money, we do have both teams ready up, and we do have our first draft starting as well. Well, Sky Foundry is the map, and first pick is gonna go to EnCore.
Yeah, so it's EnCore versus Lucky Play, the second quarterfinals here on Heroes Lounge Channel 2. And it's going to be a best of 3, and the winner advances to the semis, and the loser is unfortunately knocked out.
So yeah, the tension is pretty high, especially following up on the series that we have casted earlier. But all of the series have their stats, and game number 1 is probably the most chill because neither team stands a chance of elimination yet, because you have to lose 2 games to get knocked.
Mm-hmm.
So the first ban is gonna be approached very slow, as EnCore can think about the situation and decide to ban out Maiev in the end.
Alright. She was unsuccessful the last map we just saw here on the channel, but still a big playmaking hero. More traditional Johanna removal here. Probably is the best main tank we have in the game for the moment. And kind of shuts down so many other tanks. It's kind of ridiculous how good she is, if I'm honest.
I decided to finally open up the statistics screen, and Maiev is actually pretty liked by Lucky Play. It is their third highest picked hero, who has been picked in 9 matches with a win percentage over 70, which is pretty solid.
That's pretty
And
good.
bans against some as well. In roughly 1 game out of 3, Maiev gets banned out, and this one will join in.
Yep. So Sul is open. There's what else would you early pick? Hanzo, Li Ming, depends on what your ranged assassin wants to play. I don't think you would pick a support. You could go for a tank, and it's gonna be the Sul
Or
here.
you could go for Zul.
Yeah, like I was just running down what would you pick over him, and I couldn't figure it out. So that's a
I would
pretty
say
good
Johanna,
follow up,
but
though.
Johanna is banned out, so
Yeah.
unfortunately not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Garrosh could have been one thing that I am able to call out as well, but I come from Rare Cup, where Garrosh is not as understood, and where people have a bit of trouble countering Garrosh, which is why running Garrosh in Rare Cup is better than running him in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Blaze and Greymane are gonna join up with Zul. This draft is a little bit less Zul oriented than the previous one we saw.
Yeah, that is still a supreme rundown comp if you play Bloodlust. So just saying. I may be tooting the Bloodlust horn a bit too heavily, but it has been quite effective for us when we have been trying to use it. Deckard gets removed, not the support I would have expected, but he is quite good on Volskaya because of how easy it is to set up sustain on the points.
Also, Deckard can stop the mosh pits, which will be coming out from the E, I would imagine.
That is true.
And Malfurion is also here. Turns out the best healer after Ana in this skill level. as we have seen Malfurion be picked after Ana a lot of times already. Liming is getting banned versus Lucky Play. I would imagine that's also one of the heroes that they like to run.
Yeah, it's just a good poke on the point as well. Reset potential is always good, and when you have ETC Malfurion to set up any sort of kill or rotation or gank, Liming's follow-up is just really easy. Alright, solid lineup here with Leoric followed by Chromie.
Speaking
So
of heroes with follow-up, we do have Chromie,
mhm.
who is just able to temporal loop opponents to death, quite literally. And Leoric, who is pretty solid setup, not just for the ETC, but in general with the Buried Alive being a game changer on level 20.
So support and some sort of range damage, I believe, should be coming in here. Oh,
The damage seems to be quite melee with the Zerg
yeah.
being picked up. Stukov is interesting. I don't think people run Stukov as much as they should, quite frankly, but Stukov does provide a lot of silence. Stukov can stop mosh pits, for example, with his E. Stukov can do a lot of stuff and just disrupt opponents. Bit less likely to peel, but I don't think that team on the left cares about peeling at enemies off.
No, I think you're just running it down.
I would say
Picking
Stukov
Vala
is
into this is a
pretty
bold
solid.
choice, I would say. Maybe you can keep out of range of the Soul, but how do you also then juke a Greymane and a Zero tool?
So the way we do it in Division 6 is you play as Vala, enemy engages you, you ult in, and now they are too far away from you.
I like it. Alright, so very melee heavy lineup here from EnCore. From what Twitch chat says and how much they are to believed, we have 2 subs on their side. I'm not actually sure what their normal lineup is like.
I think we also have some subs on the side of Lucky Play, but I'm not sure how many. I do know for sure that Rebels is a sub, but he has played. I think he played all 3 group stage games with Lucky Play. So.
Okay. So they needed to have a. Yeah, basically they didn't have their support available, so then it makes sense to play with the support you want to have for the playoffs as well. EnCore on the left. Ebekasa playing Blaze, Earth is playing Zool, Rhyme on Stukov, Soviet Bear playing Greymane, and Vigi is on Zeratul.
And on the other side of the battlefield, the team with home advantage because they are Russian. We do have Lucky Play with Abels on Malfurion and Benzo Bear on Leoric, Zinger 111 running Chromie, Vladik on ETC, and Lucky on Vala. Let's see how he will play.
Yeah, there's some discussion whether it's going to be Blaze main tanking or not, and I feel like it's going to be Zool. He does better in a 4-man setting because of how his kit works, and it's kind of a waste to just have him soak into a Blaze. You want him to do more, and from what it looks like, that's what they're doing so far. Oh, they do send him bottom. Alright, so Zool offlanes into Leoric, who misses his kit bottom there. We don't see talk about that. Unlucky. And Root.
And the engagement Blaze is already there. The roots are to follow up, but no damage in the follow up package does mean that the Blaze is able to get away safely.
Yeah. So just joining mid because he can. He has time. Camps available now with on the 1 second mark. Stukov smacks the big boy there. Zeratul follows, and Blaze cleaning out top pair. He might be in a bit of a pickle if ETC tries to go for him. There we have it. It charges away, but a bit too far. And first camp goes to...
Actually interesting. Okay. Usually in my level of play in Division 6-7, we do see teams either don't care about camps at all, or take them as soon as possible, which seems to be the strategy that EnCore are going with this game. Here we see Lucky Play move up top and try to gank Blaze instead of taking their camp as soon as possible, only to move down afterwards.
Yeah, they're kind of struggling on the map a little bit with it being pitched in by this Blaze, Greymane, and Soul lineup in total. They haven't missed any XP, but the tempo is against them, so to speak. ETC quite far away here, but there's no lockdown really to punish him for it. He's going to be able to play pretty freely here. He's caring about Blaze Stun as well as Soul Root and Stuk of Silence, which are not the worst.
I mean, you are saying that Lucky Play are behind, but I think we need to consider that the fact that they have decided to go up there instead of taking their turret, and they do give up some momentum, but it's a gamble, and if it works out, they are quite in the lead.
Oh,
We do
great
see
punish.
on Zerto, and he is blown up. Pretty nice combination of ETC's Q and the roots from Valkyrian to
Yeah, they
set
were.
up the first blood.
Blaze might actually fall here though. Gets a nice angle on his stun away, and it's gonna be first blood for Lucky Play, punishing Sertil there for going in onto the Chromie.
And yeah, while engaging on Blaze might not have been the best idea because Blaze is tanky, Zertal has no HP. And then you deal damage to him and he still has no HP. And then he dies. Because he has no HP.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the amount of stun logs that Lucky Play are able to provide is pretty good on its own. But when coupled with the damage
Big
that
fight on the
Chromie
top
can
though
do,
over the support camp. Graham is on the point. ETC is trying to peel. Takes a lot of damage, has to walk away. Neither team can actually step up here. Soul now cleaving the team, but gets rooted and dies. And the camp goes to the team in red. Happy play. Lucky play, sorry. They get a healing item and a bunch of kills.
Not gonna lie, ETC staying on the point this entire time and still surviving while everyone around him on this point were dying on the blue side is a pretty solid accomplishment for Vladik, who is showing some pretty nice play with the ETC so far. They wait.
Loop actually used here.
Is here. We do have the electric boogaloo of the fight before as the engages are continuing to happen on top of the
Big
point.
cleaves from the Soul. They use the healing item to try to escape. Gets a kill here with the W from Vala. Looking for a bit more, and one item remains after that scrap with another kill for Lucky Play.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lucky Play got the capture, but Blaze was able to snatch the turret and place it instantly.
It's possible. I was unable to tell at the time, but the end result, regardless, is there's still one camp available here for Lucky on Lucky Play on the Vala. Getting that turret with a level lead as well, coming from a level 10, and the Trick Lab.
And we do go into overtime on the point as Lucky Play reaches 99% and are slowly but surely forcing on 4 off the point. The Punisher is here, sorry, the Protector. And it's actually pretty Russian to me, it's probably the most Russian thing. Takes this aggressive thing that whose sole purpose is go in and dismantle structures and call it the Protector.
Might be the case here. Blaze gets looped under the Protector's damage, and there's actually not that much of a follow-up. They take the wall, they take the front wall, and now the Protector, the aggressive Protector, goes to top lane and tries to kill off another well, I think.
Well, starts with a tower, but oh well, the well attack is certainly going to happen, but it's not going to finish up as well as the well is only on half HP, but oh well.
Well. Can't win them all, right? Oh, Mosh Pit solo onto Zeratul.
On the Zeratul, and I mean, Mosh Pit is an ultimate with one of the longest cooldowns in the entire game, with 2 minutes of cooldown. But
Yeah.
I think using it to just kill the Zeratul is pretty solid because it opens up so much potential of plays that you can get from the Zeratul being dead. You get to set up the 4th kill, you get to do some pressure on the map. You can even try to force in
Yeah.
a 4v3, which...
And in addition, they will have it back for the next team fight on the point. So I think it's a really good use of it. I wouldn't have just been able to say that right away, but they are now in a very awkward position here. Sul flanking in the back line. Gets rooted though. Tranquility here on Malv. Blaze body blocks a lot of people with this bunker. Vala in the backline, very far away. Nice stun though. Oh my god, Vala actually kills them off.
Survives. And with the rare cup outplay, jump into and then they dive past you. And the Blaze is dead as well.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you it works.
Yeah, clearly it does. I'm a bit surprised Sul didn't use the Skellies earlier here, but when he like found the whole team there, but a bit of hesitation, I think, coming out of the team in blue EnCore. Struggling this game so far. Their very heavy melee comp has not really been able to play the way they want, I think.
Also, notably, I think we need to talk about that point. We don't see White Prison.
Oh, that is true. It's the one-shot build there from Zeratul. Oh, March of the Black King used in bottom lane, tries to kill off Sul, but is unable to confirm. And again, that one is something you just can use at any point. It's 45 seconds, you don't really care. More camps taken, so they now have a healing item in addition here. EnCore struggling to get a hold on the map and picks up a turret to their name right now.
Which is a pretty interesting attitude now that you think about it. When people have low cooldowns on the ultimate, you can pretty much waste it anywhere because you know it will be up for the next team fight. When you have a cooldown of 2 minutes, you need to wait for it, you need to consider the options, but I think the best way to play with Mosh Pit or Hinterland Blast, I believe, is the other one with a huge cooldown, although it can be reduced, but it's still big. You have to just forget about that and stop outplaying yourself by thinking that it could have been better, I need to save it, and then just ending the teamfight losing because they didn't press it.
Yeah. If you're in a teamfight, you should probably just use it no matter what. Big push in there, using ETC to kind of peel away, trying to get the middle fort, and Leoric just stand here in top lane now. They have a hard time engaging for EnCore right now, and I wonder how they will fix that, basically.
Like every good Russian, we see Leoric rush B as he is already on the point and racking up percentage while his team is fighting.
Move on to Zeratul.
And actually doing pretty well so far, blowing up Zeratul, and now they are full footing. This silence here is huge, so as Chromie dies, the mosh pit on one person is still good enough, I believe, because it sets up the kill on the Greymane and gives them the advantage. We do have the roots coming out on the Leoric, who quickly is out of them. We do see Lucky jumping past the fort to try and take the Zul down, is unfortunately not gonna happen. We see Stukov trying to get Vala, but as the Demon Hunter is a bit too agile for the Earth to catch up.
Yeah, the extra movement speed proves too much for the right hook of Stukov there. Left hook, actually, sorry, my bad.
And that's why you take passive shot. So they can't outrun you.
Well, I don't think that works out the way you wanted to, but fair enough. Leoric goes back to the point top, and I fear for this top push here. The keep is exposed. I'm pretty sure this keep will die, and depending on how many kills.
About this fight is the fact that Lucky Play were fighting 4v5 this entire time.
Yeah.
Because Chromie died before Leoric joined in, and even after that, when it was obvious that Lucky Play were winning the fight, Leoric just left and continued capping the objective, which is now theirs. And as the protector, we do need to add air quotations to that, straight down the top lane.
Yeah. The team is hard stalling for this defense. Zeratul on the flank here. trying to look for something. They have a Squishy Malf and Chromie, but they see him. Oh, the stun barely misses onto the Chromie there. Only Vala left in the Protector, actually. Big March of the Black King. And Leoric may be in a bit of trouble here, but they're just kind of taking this. They're not looking for the engage, which is surprising. They defended the keep barely. Blaze has to walk away again. Greymid putting in some damage. Zeratul looking for his angle, but can't really find it. Root down.
Nah, they haven't defended the keep. As the keep falls down, Zul does as well. We do see the mosh pit on Chaz. The Zeratul pay off again as the Protoss is dead and dusted. And we see Lucky Play continuing to engage aggressively on people across the map. Soviet there with not a lot of HP, but able to just barely make it through the fountain.
Yeah.
As Lucky Play will just force down the core. Sorry.
Yeah, very controlled game by them so far. The draft out of EnCore, I think, hurts them a bit. It's not a traditional one, and I'm unsure whether it did what they hoped here. GG as Lucky Play takes game 1 on Volskaya very convincingly.
I mean, haters might just call it a lucky play, but the Demon's
God damn it.
I need to. But Demon's Right actually played very well. I think the containment of the Zeratul is probably one of the better ones that I've seen in the playoffs so far. And I'm talking about all of the playoffs. I like the mentality of the ETC. You see the targets that you need to kill, you just mosh it. And you don't care about the cooldown of the mosh.
No,
And
if it
you
wins
don't
you
care
the...
about anything. If you have the cooldown, you use it and you guarantee the kill on the Zeratul, because otherwise Zeratul just blinks out, as we saw a lot of times in the previous series on the game of Battlefield.
Yeah, and the first mosh pit he used took them top fort and a bit of the front wall, and then the second mosh pit killed Zeratul, and then the game ended before he needed it again. So that's probably a pretty good use of mosh pit, I would say. It doesn't need to be the huge like Omega playmaker, but like, an ult for a kill, yeah, you should probably take that. The question is what you can do with it. Lucky Play is the winner, and they go 1-0 to EnCore here. We'll see.
Battlefield of Identity is chosen. Let's see how the fighty fights will continue on game number 2. As Lucky Play will take first pick on this one.
Yeah, EnCore going for Battlefield, so that's their choice here. And we will have a new map up very soon.
I don't know, you can't even say a lot about the games that happened, because it just, while it didn't feel one-sided, it really was. Because it wasn't a stomp, but it was a one-sided game, and just not a lot to talk about, in my opinion. Like, the biggest things that I can talk is the mentality of the ETC and how much it did force to contain the Zeratul, who could have been the X factors that EnCore so desperately needed this game.
Yeah. I feel like EnCore is struggling because they are running 2 subs currently, and that's gonna hurt shot calling a lot. I don't know what roles are missing here, but regardless, it's gonna be tough, right? You don't have the same follow-up, you don't have the same comms, and it might be a hero pool issue as well. Their draft looked a bit wonky to me. I was not expecting Zeratul in the last pick, together with what did they have? It was even so.
Stukov, Zul, I think there was a Leoric.
Yeah, it was.
No, the Leoric wasn't the.
Yeah, the draft doesn't make sense, so I have a hard time remembering it, right? I expected a ranged assassin in the slot of Zeratul, but we had him instead, obviously.
The issue for me is that the draft just wasn't coherent. Like,
Yes.
there were some things that you wanted to do, and it was showing, but I think that the things that they have picked just did not work as well together.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they are unable to pull it out there. We have Battlefield of Eternity here instead. That's EnCore's map pick. I hope they can show us some more interesting, spicy stuff, and perhaps find some more comfort picks for them. Lucky Play looked very solid, I would say, this game. It was a very controlled game by them. A very tense fight over the top healing item there at level 7, but after that it felt like Lucky Play were in control the whole time, even though
Pretty
you're
much fell
yeah.
apart, yes. I'm interested to see what EnCore will bring to map number 2, because the general advice that I got, the first one that I got when I asked, do you choose first pick or do you choose the map, is if you have a specific strategy, you go for the map. Otherwise, you go for first pick, because being able to pick first is such a huge advantage in draft and everything else.
Yeah.
EnCore have chosen map,
Mhm.
and they have chosen Battlefield of Eternity. So I can't wait for the spice that they're about to unleash on us.
Yeah, I feel like they should have something ready for this, or at least they know how to run the map, or otherwise. Going back to the first pick, second pick thing, sometimes you can. Yeah, like when you know you're drafting a map from second pick, you can like make some funky stuff happen. Especially if you can scout your opponent, you can estimate what they will do, and then you can counter it. And if you have that option, that can be very strong. We're not going to see Deathwing again here. He has been involved in basically every game and always banned. No one wants to fight the big dragon that literally breaks the rules of the game.
You don't want to fight the squishy lizard, trust me. Interesting to see a lot of attack damage focus from the blue side with Greymane and Vala being banned out. Also, Rex on first pick is not a thing that we see often, especially on Battlefield.
I would have bought it on Braxis, but it is curious to see it on Battlefield of Eternity.
Unbanned Rexes.
Yeah, there are positions where you can soak with the bear in lane and you can still do damage on Rexar, so you can have him racing and soaking at the same time, which is pretty cool. There's also like Misha gives good vision overall, I would say. So if you can play a good Rexar, you probably have a pretty good shot.
Also notable, I think, is the idea of banning out ETC from the right side, considering that they have absolutely demolished the enemy with an ETC in game number 1. But yeah, after the Rex, the draft proceeds as you would generally expect. Johan Alimin from the left side have been banning all of the race. Ana to counter, to not allow Ana Liming on the same team, and Rainer from the other to guarantee some race for you. And we are here in the next stage of bans.
Yeah, it's if you ignore the Rexar, this looks very standard for the map, I would say. Merlin gets removed here, so a tank picked away, a diving one at that. Yeah, we'll see what they want to fill out to it. They still need an auto attacker for EnCore and a main tank for Lucky Play. Another slow ban. It's taking their time. Are they gonna Shogal us or something dumb here? Why would you ban Tychus?
I mean, I'm
kill
hyped.
Does it kill the bear too easily or something?
I don't know, I'm hyped. I want the Cho'Gall, and the Cho'Gall will happen, because, I mean, Yon banning already, and in terms of percentage damage, what can we see? We can see Leoric, we can see Malthael, we cannot see Greymane, we cannot see Tychus, so...
Okay. Okay,
Well,
nice.
that is one way to counter the Cho'Gall comp.
we see your Shogal, and I raise you as Shogal. Yeah. Okay, I mean, fair play, right? If you can't beat them, join them. I think that's what you say. So do you
And-
now add like a Maiev? You can't add Malthael.
If the red team, oh, Gersh is particularly good because you can just throw the Cho'Gall out.
Yeah.
You can throw the Cho'Gall, you can tether the Cho'Gall, which could be.
It's gonna be
pretty
containment
useful.
disc though, like it's the same as running a Nubarak would have been.
Also true.
Um,
And
this
the
is actually
Oil
better than it would because you don't have to do it into Liming. So
So,
yeah,
if we don't count Rexa, Cho'Gall, and Oriel, this is a pretty standard draft.
yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so we have a very spicy lineup here. Go tell Channel One. I think they deserve to hear about this for sure. EnCore is running Cho'Gall, Auriel, Johanna, Liming, and Lucky Play is playing Rexor, Ana, Raynor, Garrosh, and the Maiev. So go tell that to Channel 1 because we have a Cho'Gall game in the Legendary Cup. It's going to be Battlefield of Eternity, map 2 between EnCore and Lucky Play. Yeah, spicy, spicy. I like it.
I mean, the last teams that I saw draft Cho'Gall was Sloth Islets, and they have won their cup.
Oh,
I'm not saying much, but
Cho'Gall confirmed OP?
correct.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, they saw the Cho'Gall coming and said, yeah, we're gonna take it first. I don't blame them. So the question is, did you anticipate them stealing Cho'Gall from the side of Lucky Play or not?
I
Because
would imagine if you are trying to meme the second map and just pick Cho'Gall because you have demolished the enemy team and you're just trying to have fun before you have to try hard in game 3 or semifinals.
Mhm.
The enemy team picking Cho'Gall away from you gonna be pretty tilting.
Yeah, maybe so. On the blue on the left, we have Air VG or Earth and VG playing the Cho and the Gal respectively. Soviet Bear is on Liming, Rhyme is on Auriel, and Ebikasa offlaning on Johanna. Not the worst offlaner I've ever seen.
And on the other side, trying to bring it home, we do have Lucky Play with Evils on Ana, Benzobear on Rexa, Zinger, 111 on Raynor, Vladik on Gersh, and Lucky playing as Maiev.
Mhm. So yeah, you talked about the I,
I was talking about Gersh being able to throw the
yeah.
shot, didn't I?
Lots of damage there going in to the team in blue. Rexor joining as well here. Doesn't want to give them any help at all. Johanna clearing top. Now the sleep dart though, maybe a flip as well, gets tethered. They are taking a lot of punishment. Sovereign Pair doing her best to poke them out, but they kind of like an auto attacker right now. On the other side you have Jimmy instead, of course, and Maiev just sharking around on the side.
Oh, that's actually interesting. Body check from Gersh on 01, is that how it's called? Because
It is body check.
that's not a round I see often.
No, but I guess there's some merit to it, I suppose. Slowing Cho'Gall could have some extra use. It's a tiny bit of CC.
I
Maybe you
don't
don't.
think that slowing Cho'Gall is the bigger part. I think the bigger part is just denying the heals from the Oriel, which could be upline.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, good point actually. I kind of glanced past that part.
By
Mhm.
30%, which is not a lot, but it is not something that you would scoff at as well, because as I've said, Oriel heals a lot, and
Yeah.
should be pretty spicy.
So do you think they should, if you have Ana Grenade, which denies all the healing, and then you body check them with Garrosh, do you think they should take damage if they get healed?
As much as I like people killing their teammates, I would prefer doing that with more traditional means, such as picking Garrosh yourself.
Yeah. So
and throwing the Cho'Gall to death, apparently.
so it seems, and they're also going to be stealing this camp here. Liming and Auriel tries to take it, but they're not going to be able to. And EnCore here in big trouble against Lucky Play. Does have the extra healing. Oh, but the extra auto attack remaining out of Rexar kills him off.
You gotta appreciate the balls on Lucky to go for that play alone. without anyone else. Just Liming and Oriel joining on you, so your 3-man just kills the Cho'Gall and joins you. I think that was a good play, not just in the micro sense, but in the macro sense as well. Which
Yeah, it
some
is.
haters would say it was lucky, and yes, it was a lucky play because Lucky was playing that, but yeah, it just worked out okay, and
Yeah, so now we see though when Shogal should be really good. Like, you can do a lot of poke damage here. The question is, can you actually kill someone off? Johanna now joins in as well, and the half time is done.
The problem with dealing poke damage is that you need to be near the enemy's immortal for it to count on the enemy immortal. And so far the opportunities have been denied because Lucky player just racing so hard, you have to try and force them out. And when you're trying to force them out, you're not doing any damage to the immortal your enemies.
Oh, Sleep Out misses here from Ana, but Auriel nicely waits to save the healing for when it's actually usable. Very healthy Immortal coming in here, and Garrosh just walking super ham into the opposing team, unstoppable down, and he doesn't feel any threat from this Leming apparently. No fear, just waddling in there. Level 7 picked up, and a big defense
they have
here.
No fears, the enemy team has neither Gul'dan nor a Deathwing, so...
This is true. Tether onto Shogal there in top lane, gets slept as well.
Ooh, that sleeps.
That's lot of CC
that's a lot of stuns,
in.
And the stunlock is enough. Lucky play just flooding the Cho'Gall with bodies.
Yeah.
The one disadvantage that Cho'Gall has.
There's some heavy body blocking going on here, and ain't Shogal doing them. Shogal is kind of getting wrecked here. Rough matchup into the Garrosh.
Would have never imagined Raxa being the counter pick to Cho'Gall, but I guess it all makes sense. You just pick enough bodies to disrupt any potential way out.
Johanna goes down here again, trying to make the defense happen.
And they are going for the keep.
Yeah, very aggressive here. They have the Jimmy, they have a camp, and they're doing their best here to make it happen. Lucky play, very heavy push. Soviet Bear trying, trying to clear it out with this Liming. Can't really do it though. Another flip in, another sleep dot, healing deny.
Half HP.
Auriel has the healing.
Ooh, that's a nice tether.
Being condemned though, can they deal some damage here? Liming trying her best, gets a lot of damage dealt from Mayab. Oh, down she goes.
Dead.
Yeah, they just can't really make this work. And Johanna falls as well now. They don't necessarily... Are they just gonna walk on core? This is really bold. They have one catapult. They're just gonna stay here. Are they? Okay, maybe not. Not yet.
Lucky plays, this is so disgusting. I like the fact that Misha is just staying around here so backs, because that's a nice thing about Raxa. That's one of the features that are there. While you're backing, you can control Misha. Which you can use to taunt the enemies while they are trying to kill Misha and they're not interrupting your backs. You can get some extra soak that way. It's a pretty nice feature. The ultimates come out, we do see containment disc. I also am really interested in the decimate that Garrosh is packing over here.
Yeah, EnCore, again, they just need to defend this core right now because Lucky Play has death in their sights and they're not gonna give anything up here. They're walking in with level 10s, they have some minions, they have a camp.
I went here to cast
gonna use the
EnCore
Jimmy.
Lucky Play, and all I'm seeing is a Lucky Play EnCore. I don't know if the shield is already out, but the enemy team is already here. The Cho'Gall is thrown into half HP. He's going, but
Core is falling. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. Jimmy is still auto-attacking.
47.
The bear is down.
30.
Jimmy's going weak, but Mayev and Rex are still here. Jimmy is well. 13, 10. Ana falls. I think the core will as well.
3, 2.
Oh yeah, that's a very quick game here on Battlefield of Insanity. EnCore throwing caution to the wind. I mean, steals a draft, but I think they stole her heart.
It's probably wrong for me to laugh like that, but that was disgusting.
Yeah, that was rough. We have a lucky play going 2-0 here over EnCore. Throwing caution to the wind. I think they stole my heart. They could not steal the game, sadly. And EnCore, unfortunately, eliminated here.
Lucky play
Oof.
just running over their opponent, proving once and for all that they are the top one team from Division 3.
Mhm.
And yeah, they will win. They will play against the winner of Deers versus Honk Goose Criminals, which is a game in which is a match where Game 3 is casted at this moment on the first Heroes Launch channel. So I believe that cast was our last, and that's it
That
for
is
today.
true. Yes. We both will be back on Sunday at the same time. No, actually, daylight savings is changing tomorrow. Don't forget this. Um, we'll be here 1 hour earlier than we were today. The same time, but you know, daylight savings changes that. So yeah, there we are. Josh, any final words for these two series?
Uh, I mean, they were pretty different, let me
Oh
tell you,
yes,
and
yes they were.
it does show the variety of things that you are able to see here. We can see absolute bombs. We can see pre-tight and pre-close games which go to the last possible moment. And yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And in
Mm-hmm.
the end, the team that was better in this particular moment has won. Does not mean that the team is better overall, but preparation and on the point thinking does play a lot in those games. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in the end, pretty nice series today. Can't wait to see what the Division 1 meta has prepared for me tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it for me today. I've been Yosh, you've been you. Good night. Sorry. Good luck. Have fun. It's mandatory throw.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. We will be sending you to channel 1 here very shortly. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Legendary Cup playoffs here for Heroes Lounge. Thank you for watching and bye bye.